Module 3, Unit 3, using peripheral devices. In this unit, we will explore different kinds of plug and play devices to install and understand kung saan ginagamit and how to use a device driver. And then we will also describe the many kinds of displays that you can use and then install and configure a PC display. May mga combination niya that we will cover how to display multiple or how to configure multiple monitors on the same PC, something like that. And then we will also cover on how installing and configuring multimedia devices or multimedia devices. Ito yung mga devices such as sound cards, speakers, microphones, and webcams. When we say multimedia, kasi diba, these are media or medium in such as in the form of image, video, or sound. And then we will also cover the features and capabilities of printers, different types of printers, and then yung mga connectors and interfaces that we use to connect a printer. And then we will discuss at the same time in how to install and configure printers and scanners. So these are the peripheral devices. So generally, when we are installing and uninstalling peripherals nowadays, these are plug and play. And ano na yan, ibig sabihin, when you have the right interface and then you plug it in, by default, you can install the default device drivers that comes with the operating system. And you can see this kind of window. And then it will also install the most recent device drivers that and as that and at the same time pati yung software management niya, yung tinatawag na mga management suite or the device application software to manage the device, especially pag ang computer mo is online connected to internet. It will install and it the most recent device driver and then the application to use the device that you just connected. And then before, and there are other devices that you can also do a manual driver installation, because sometimes pag halimbawa, even for a printer for example, may mga nabili ka na hindi siya updated or it's no longer available online, or sometimes hindi siya kasama sa database ng Windows for automatic installation or plug and play. You had to install manually. It comes with the CD, and it comes with the CD to set up, to install the device drivers and software to manage the device, and sometimes as well that you really had to download manually. Yung minsan kasi may mga vendor na hindi automatic. Kasi ano yan eh, the reason why they are automatic is because of their partnership with Windows. And also kung either medyo outdated na yung device, so you have to download manually. Hindi mahanap ng Windows yan eh. And then i-install niya kung ano yung generic driver usually pag hindi available, and you will see and we will cover later on kung what happens pag hindi tama yung device driver or configuration na nangyari. Now, when we say peripheral devices, these are the devices that we use, no? And that is not part of the computer. We usually plug this or connect this into the interfaces. In our previous unit, we talked about device interfaces. Yun yung mga input and output ports. Those are the interfaces where you plug the cables like USBs, VGAs, DVI, and so on. Ito naman, ito yung mga devices and equipments na gumagamit ng mga cable na like USB cable, VGA cable, printer cable na USB na rin, and you plug them to the computer. So when you are using a peripheral device such as device and printers, no, those are, you need to check after installation configuration from here on this window, for example, sa control panel, and let's say you want to check the device and printers. So this is where you locate control panel, hardware and sound, and then device and printers. You will see all the devices here na naka-configure, naka-connect sa computer, from like a USB receiver or infrared to printer to multi-scanner. Yan ang itsura niya, and you will see a green arrow na it is completely configured. If it is not if it is online, grayed out siya. Grayed out siya, meaning hindi to, you can see the difference, di ba? Ito grayed out, meaning it was connected before and it's not, it's offline. It's either naka-power off ang printer or naka-disconnect. And then if you right click on every devices, may mga shortcuts like properties or printing references for printers, no, that you can do for adjustment or even troubleshooting. Yan ang mga um, shortcuts that you can do when you right click on configure device. Even the offline, meron din ano yan, when you right click on it, either disconnect or connect or set to online. And then you can also access it in a way like, for example, sa mga Windows 10, all you have to do is go to settings and then type devices or type printers, and it will bring you on the same window. It will prompt you to select which device that you want to check the settings. And for example, if you double click on the device like this printer, you will see this window, no, the status, and then what's the model and other information, like its brand. And then you will see it will also prompt you kung what you need, what you can do as well, either to check what's printing, or you can actually customize your printer, customize in a sense na to adjust the printer settings, the paper settings, and so on. So to go there, as I've said, it's on the settings on Windows 10. Then select the device and then type in devices or find the word devices. It's the same thing, but usually shortcut just type in the devices. Now, when you are, you can also remove and uninstall devices that you don't need anymore. Kasi once you disconnect it, or once it's offline, or if you don't use it anymore, disconnect mo lang, it doesn't remove, or it doesn't go away automatically. It's the difference, no? It's the opposite. It's different when you plug in, nadi-detect, nag-install, nag-configure. Not unless you, and then you can also, diba, as we discussed on the previous slides. Now, to remove and uninstall the devices, what you need is to go to the device manager. Device manager, you can access this from the control panel. And then you can completely uninstall the driver. All you need to do is select the device that you want to remove. For example, Logitech, you don't need this anymore. You have a new mouse. So what you need to do is right click on it and then uninstall. So dito kasi sa device manager, dito nakalagay lahat ng mga naka-connect offline or online. This is where where all the devices are being lined up and configured. If it is not properly configured, may mga symbol like a question mark. And then you can also use this to scan undetected devices. All you have to do, right click on this CompTIA, the computer itself, and then it will scan for hardware changes. Scan for hardware changes. But the computer itself or on the keyboard alone, you can do that too. Now, meron ding mga peripherals that you need to configure through web or through a browser. It doesn't mean through online, You're just using a browser to access a device, like for example, this TP-Link, an access point. This is not the thing that you connect directly to computer, but this is a device that where computers are interconnected. So this is we also this is a wireless router as well. This is the device na makikita nyo even not only on small office or home offices, but mga sa residential at home we use this. So all you have to do is open a browser and then type in the device IP, and then this is the window that you can see. So merong quick setup, and then merong advanced. Advanced in a way that you can do some adjustments from, or you can do some settings changes from Mac filtering. Yung Mac filtering, ito yung Mac, di ba? Yung address, hardware address ng device that you will allow or will only or preventing from connection. And then you can do some monitoring like statistics and the throughput. Remember, when we say throughput, ito yung pipe, no? Data pipe. Ito yung capacity. How much information are coming in or coming out. And may mga advanced settings then. Like, if you check on it, you will see yung mga remote connection or yung mga routing, filtering, or yung mga even VPN. There's how you can find it. And then, there are peripheral devices na i-monitor. Those are peripheral devices. We plug this to the computer, of course, di ba? And when we say monitors, may mga flat screen na rin displays. Sometimes, hindi naman, yung mga CRT, yung mga digital, yun yung flat screen na. Mga CRT pa rin, mga cathode ray tube pa rin kung tawagin na monitors. Those are digital na. And then yung flat screen na CRT, those are digital that replace the analog ones. Yung mga mabibigat, no? Yung parang TV. And then, until na lumabas na yung mga LCD or yung tinatawag na TFT, which stands for Thin Film Transistor. So, mga neto, yung mga resolution o in the unit ng resolution, di ba, pixel or the short for picture element, may mga na yan, digital na lahat yon. Hindi na yung tulad ng mga combination of red, green, and blue yung sa mga VGA. And then, marami na rin mga vendors is even from Asia, mga recent vendors o kaya mga third-party vendors na tawagin like from ViewSonic, Liyama. I haven't heard of this. ViewSonic, yes, I even used this. These are usually alternate monitors, mga mura yan. And then yung mga branded, Sony, Panasonic, those are, and then there's so many things. Ito yung mga common na makikita natin. Even Dell, may mga monitors din yan. Meron mga bagong labas na rin na, well, you can see na, oh, I never heard of this. No? Pero those are good still. May mga warranty naman yan. And then meron na rin mga display devices na yung touchscreen. Yung monitor mismo, aside from, it's touchscreen as well. Aside from the keyboard and mouse that you can use. That you can do a combination. You type in with the keyboard, hover with your mouse, or go to the monitor itself to scroll, to slide. And then meron ding display, di ba? Itong digital projectors, these are displays as well. Display din yan. And mostly, ginagamit siya for presentation sa mga business. But may mga ginagamit na rin yan at home. Kung gusto mo ng mga cinematic. Instead of using a larger TV screen, you go, minsan may ginagamit yan outdoor. You set up your own cinema at your backyard. So, it's cool, di ba? So, ang mga connection yan lang, ang connection yan, it's the same thing with monitor. May VGA, merong DVI, merong USB, merong HDMI din yan, may DisplayPort din. The only difference is that pinoproject yung image from this, what do you call this? Lens. Pinoproject ang image, pina-flash sa screen or sa screen itself. Compared with LCD, doon lumalabas yung monitor, flat screens, lumalabas doon yung image, di ba? So, when you need to adjust the settings for display, kahit ba na flat screen yan or projector, all you have to do is open the settings and type in display, or you can type the background, and you can go to this to this option, to the screen. Now, for this example, you change the background of your desktop, in desktop background, di ba? Meron mga selection dyan, may mga default, or you can adjust, especially if you're using different displays. These are, you can adjust whether to fit or not, or yung full screen. And then may mga screen resolution then that you need to be aware of. Yung by default kasi, nakalagay na rito o kaya yung recommended. But it doesn't happen all the time. No, you cannot, I mean, even on my experience, no, I usually use the default or recommended settings. And when you check, all you have to do is check kung tingnan mo kung minsan kasi hindi nangyayari yun eh. Minsan yung recommended hindi nasusunod. And then sometimes yung recommended is not actually a perfect fit for the screen resolution that you need to adjust. And there are adjustments na even it's not recommended that actually depends on the user. They find it more convenient, no, and somehow it serves their purpose sa user. And but what's important here is that you can adjust the screen resolution. Lalo na pag multiple monitors ang ginagamit mo, multiple displays, even in a projector, you can do the same thing. Now, when you are installing and configuring dual monitors, there are options like, yung actually you need to detect which you need to identify sino yung display 1 and display 2 para you can select kung minsan kasi you can grab na yung 1 nasa right side o kaya yung 2 nasa left side instead of interchanging the cable, and then you can duplicate or you can extend. To open this, ang kinaganda sa Windows 10, just press the Windows button and then may shortcut, type in display, and you can go directly on this option on this window. So you can duplicate as I have said, and then you can extend, and then now you can also project which screen only to use. You can also do, you can I mean, kasi merong option na laptop, meron sariling monitor. So, lalabas dyan, tatlo, makikita. So, it's either you have the option na ito yung primary mo, isang display, or gusto mo, duplicate yung 1 and 2 mo, or duplicate yung 1 and yung pati laptop. Now, when you encounter a touchscreen, lalo na sa baba, meron kayong sa home, tinatawag na yung touchscreen display, even on your laptop, even on a typical a monitor, there are settings that you need to be aware of. Kina-calibrate din kasi yan. When we say calibrate, you are trying to make an adjustment na yung as you use the touchscreen accurate. Kasi pag hindi nakakalibrate yan, misaligned na you are pressing a certain area, yung pala nandito yung cursor. So, in order to have to be accurate in touchscreen mo na yung pointer, it goes exactly as you touch the screen, you need to calibrate. And you can do that on the device settings. And for this one, particular in touchscreen or tablet settings, you will see these options. It's either to calibrate, and you will see the screen, pipindutin mo mga corner na yan, susundin yan. Merong cursor that you will follow, susundan mo yan, and then once you complete that, it will tell you na your screen is calibrated. Or another option to reset actually if everything or something doesn't make any sense, or you lost track of the changes that you made, you can reset or you can set up again. So sa tablet, calibration, sa mga pen and stylus and touch, in gesture settings, yung behavior na ng pointer, kung gusto mo meron mga effects, things like those. So, meron ding peripheral devices na, di ba, yung multimedia. And usually, multimedia, nakakonect yan doon sa sound card or sa either in an expansion card or built-in sa likod ng PC. And it comes with colors. You notice that iba-ibang combination yan. And what are those? No? Sa sound card, no, meron yan, may mga purpose niyan kung anong speaker, but you can use any of those. But you need to understand na it is for a specific use and specific speaker. Like for example, yung light blue, no, that is for audio in. Hindi diyan pinaplug ang speaker but yung microphone or um microphone or headset. O meron din kasi yung microphone lang mismo. Meron naman yung another audio in na you can another microphone or another headset. And then yung line, ito yung mga speakers na stereo, or you can have an headphones na stereo din. Output naman ito, dito lumalabas yung sound. Amplified, ito yung may mga booster, may mga bass, yon. And then meron din yung yung mga gusto mo ng mga surround, meron mga speaker na you need to put at the back, yung mga rear speaker, and then sa black interface yan. And then yung subwoofer, ito yung sinasabi ko na yung mga stereo surround, in Dolby Digital, in Sense Surround, those are the things. And then meron na rin mga headset, no, na instead of itong mga jacks na to, mga microphone jacks or speaker jacks, USB connected na rin. And then yung if you have remember, merong mga speaker configurations, di ba? That will tell you as a stereo, just simple stereo speakers or a surround. Yung 5 is to 1 or 7 is to 1. Ibig sabihin, 5 speakers or 7 speakers. Meron kang rear speaker, left and right. Meron kang front speaker, left and right. Meron kang sa center pa, that's 5. Meron pang subwoofer, no? And then, meron pa yung additional na maliit din sa harap. So, minsan kaya merong 5.1. Ito yung surround kasi so you are surrounded by speakers, no? Yan sa isang entertainment room o kaya sa isang where your or TV is. So, in audio, we adjust them through device properties then. And then you can go to the control panel or settings and type in sound, and you will be able to display this window where you can make an adjustment. So you can see from playback, ito yung you can see the speakers. Yun lang ang ma-adjust mo kung ano yung green. Pag ibig sabihin naka-red, hindi naka-connect yung headphone mo. You are using actually a speaker. And then if you click on recording tab, ito recording tab, ano ba mga input devices mo? It's either what you used before is a connection or external microphone, o kaya yung built-in microphone ng sa camera or sa laptop itself or doon mismo sa PC, built-in. Instead, yung meron kang sinaksak na monitor doon sa mga jacks or USB. And you can adjust the sound, volume, or you can also calibrate or check the communication. And then there's a shortcut sa taskbar, di ba? Yung sound na to adjust. Actually, even sa keyboard, when you adjust on the keyboard, it's the same thing. The same display that will come out. So those are audio settings that you can do on the control panel. They call it sound applet. And then volume control dito sa notification area sa taskbar. Now, another device, peripheral device that we plug to our computer or we connect through network is yung mga webcam. Sa laptop, yan yung mga built-in camera that are compact for video recording or taking an image, no? The moment you open your laptop, kita mo na to, and then it's automatic. Now, when you launch a software that needs camera like Zoom or Teams, it uses this one. But there's still a switch na whether by default naka-off yung camera, or you have to uncheck or check para or enable or disable to use it. So, yung camera sometimes yung mga older models ng laptop are not high quality compared to yung mga external camera that you plug into USB. Ito yung mga high definition, and it has a higher resolution as well. So if you're gonna compare, just to let you know yung resolution and quality, even though sa iba, or even me, sometimes it's tolerable, but you can see the difference if you use an external cam and kinoconnect sa USB. It has a higher resolution. Now, moving to devices like printers, diba? You've seen this and you have used this. If you have printers at home, you have experience already na ano yung mga how to configure that. But there are many kinds or many types of printers. Meron tinatawag na laser printer, and then ang ginagamit niyan when you say laser printer, yung fuser. Fuser ang ink niyan. Merong fuser unit at yung where the heat is, and then yung toner, nandito yung ink. Nandyan yung ink. And then yung inkjet na printer, instead of fuser unit, it uses ink cartridges and then print head instead of a fuser unit. Yung fuser unit is ito parang roller yan eh. Nagro-roll yan na nandun mainit ito. And then diyan ang finifuse yan sa ink sa toner. That rolls on the opposite end, on the opposite side of the paper. Yung inkjet, yung ink cartridge, parang ano yan eh, yung mga ang tawag dito, yung inkjet, may printhead na tinatawag na may mga dot na, na naka-install along where the ink cartridge is. It's a different type. Nag-i-spray ng ink yan eh. Ito, nagta-thermal, through thermal yan, ang printing yan. And then you can, you see, even whether it is a color laser printer or inkjet, at yung mga typical colors na in combination, yung black, cyan, magenta, and yellow, those are the things that you will see. And then yung mga vendors dyan, as you all know, maraming mga big players, mga HP and Epson usually, Canon, Brother, and then yung mga even a commercial type ng mga printers, yung mga Lexmark, Ricoh, and ang mga at home, mga at home printers usually, aside from HP and Epson and Canon, Xerox, may Brother and Samsung then. And then there are printers probably na wala sa listahan na to. And then when you install a printer and to configure that, usually it's plug and play. You connect it with USB, and then either with USB or through wireless in Bluetooth. Bluetooth that, when you add a device through Bluetooth, you go to settings and then Bluetooth and then scan for Bluetooth devices, di ba? And then it will ask you for pairing or and then it will install automatically the device driver. And usually plug and play. When we say plug and play, automatic installation dyan. And then meron din naman na through wireless network that you connect the printer. It's a little advanced, and sometimes you need assistance from IT people. But actually, it's very straightforward. Ini-enable lang yung Wi-Fi settings. I-connect mo lang sa network yung printer mo in your network, and then your computer will see the printer. And then just when you see the printer from your computer, double click mo lang and then automatic installation din yan. And you can also have the option to download the most recent one, or if ever na yung yung software that comes with the printer, yung CD, when you buy it, when you open the box, is somehow a little outdated. Then you can manage the same way, just like any devices, in control panel, or you type in the settings like devices, and then you will select the printer. Yan. So you can configure by right-clicking on it and then select printer references or printer properties. Or you can see, you double-click on it and then you will see what's inside. Kung meron mga pending printing, o kaya meron naka-hold, o kaya merong error instead of printing status. And it will tell you dito, sino ba nag-print dito, saan ba nanggaling, saan connection, or who actually printed it. Now, on printer properties and preferences, this is the window that you will see. Diba? When you right-click on printer and then click properties, may mga options ka rito. In general, when you name it, or you can set a print test page or preferences or the kind of printout, kung anong gusto mong print out. So you can share your printer, or you can identify the ports that you can use, or specify the ports that you want to use. And then may mga advanced settings ng printer, like for example, kung anong gusto mong default page, anong paper size na default, and then or something to do with sharing and or networking. Oh, and then meron din naman yung color management, security, that is also an advance na usually ginagamit yan sa mga business, but on personal use, we don't play this much unless na we had to make some adjustments about or we had some preference, or gusto mo i-test print na once you install it, no? And then when you click about, eto magsasabi sa'yo kung about the printer itself, kung ano yung version, ano yung firmware, anong model, anong year, that you can tell of your printer that you just configured. And then kung sa preferences naman, like for example yung paper quality, aside from default, you can have a lot of adjustment here, no? And then paper options, merong auto select o kaya yung specific paper size mismo. And then the resolution, or gusto mo yung economy mode, parang grayscale, o kaya it doesn't have to be high resolution printing, like kung ano ba resume mo lang na walang picture. So sometimes it's help you save the ink, no, imprint, save the ink when you switch to grayscale or econo mode. And then let's go to scanners. There are printers that comes with scanners, and there are just scanners only. And this is another device, no, that you connect to your computer. So usually, ginagamit ito for photocopying. This is similar din siya. This is an imaging device. You know this. If meron kang scanner, mga flatbed or handheld, no, o tabletop, no, scanner, na you insert the document here, and then you close this lid, and then may mga button dyan to start scanning. So, kina-capture ang ano niyan, ang images. So, for this one, this is a flatbed. Kasi nakapatong siya sa on top your desk. And then, when you see something like this, ang tawag dyan, flatbed form factor. Meron namang mga scanner na instead of opening this bed, merong ini-insert and then form feed, pinapasok, and then it will pull paper in to scan. You don't have to open it. Or sometimes it's a combination. And because there are documents that you cannot insert, for example, may sticker o kaya merong staple. I've seen a lot of problems like that. Pag ni-roll in yung paper, pag kinain na siya, di ba? In other words, magja-jam. O madudumihan yung mga rollers inside. It will create problems. So when you're scanning a document, di ba, when you configure it, meron kasamang software suite, or the software that comes with with the scanner. So in this case, HP scanner, when you scan, lalabas tong utilities na to. And then it will give you an option whether to save it as a PDF, di ba? Or as a photo file like JPEG, or send it by email when you save it as a JPEG, and then also here, save it as a PDF and send it as an email, or TIF, another image format. And there are any settings here that you can adjust, from color output to paper size to resolution and the type of document, and dito mo siniselect kung anong gusto mong output. And there are advanced settings na actually it's more about kung double-sided, no, or back-to-back, no, or when you lalo na sa mga copiers, meron mga option pa na they collate, in-organize yung, di ba, when you scan a multiple pages, naka-arrange na siya by page, just like the printer, or naka-staple din, just like the printer. So when you use di ba, when a scanner to connect that, it's the same thing with printer. It's plug and play or download manually in software. May mga yung mga legacy, you have to install manually or you have to download from the internet. So yung mga legacy connections, may mga tinatawag pa na Twain or Windows Image Acquisition. And then yung output file niya, di ba? Just like I discussed earlier, these are the options that you can select. Meron naman yung option na optical character recognition. Pero ito yung ini-scan naman ng mga barcode readers. You can do that too. So, in this unit, the suggested lab activities is, for example, let's start with playing audio. You plug a speaker or a headset and try to go to the device properties and make some adjustments. Do that so you'll be able to familiar um, to make some adjustment on any on any device, starting with the audio, and then using a printer as well. Try to go to the properties, printer properties or preferences. Oh, you double click on the printer, you will see if there's a pending printer, or you can keep it open. When you print, you will see na ano yung activity doon. You will see na may magdi-display doon na file, and then it will print automatically kung okay lahat, or it will tell you a status kung error or not. So you know this actually. So if you're aware of audio, you're aware of printer, try a different device. Like yung scanner, o kaya yung stereo sound, o kaya yung camera. Try to connect to the network instead of plugging directly sa likod port, USB, or any type of USB connections, or aside from wireless, yung Bluetooth, you can try all of those. So in this unit, we covered, di ba, how to install plug and play devices. We understand when it's actually installing automatically regardless kung anong klaseng device siya, and how the device drivers are installed, and then how they are configured, and where you can also get it as an alternate way to come up with the correct device driver. The device drivers, these are software that comes with the device para mag-function properly. And then we have explored as well different kind of display and different connections and other options to install and configure and to set up a PC display from single display to dual display, di ba? And then yung mga multimedia devices from sound cards to speakers to webcams, you've been informed. I mean, it's the same way. And then may plug and play, and then may manual configuration then. And maraming and the different connections has been covered as well. And then the different types of printers, yung mga interfaces niya, we covered that, whether to connect as USB or wireless or Bluetooth, those are the things, di ba? And we covered both actually printers and scanners, di ba, to how to install and configure. Basically, all of the devices are usually plug and play. So in this unit, I hope that this has been informative to you. Thank you.